The American film industry is the largest in the world and has shaped the way how we both watch and produce films. One, if not the most successful genre of all time, is the Western. The genre was immensely popular in the 50s and 60s and was so popular that European directors became obsessed with it and started producing their own Westerns. During this year of the Amsterdam Grand Prix, I will present a special selection of Western, all selected under the topic of typical Western tropes. A Western trope, for example, is the robbing of a bank or a train. Furthermore, duels on a main street, brawls in a saloon, or the gold rush are common tropes associated with a Western. In addition, any good Western needs a certain dose of violence and shootouts. In most cases, the good guys win, but in the more daring films, where the good and bad guy are not so easily distinguishable, things start to get more interesting. One thing which stands out in many Westerns is revenge. A character longs for revenge and thus the action of the film unfolds. Another trope is robbery, be it the typical bank or train robbery or just a convenience store. Almost all Westerns feature a robbery. Sometimes we follow the robbers directly and see their doing in real time, and other times we only get to see the aftermath and witness the sheriff hunting the bandits down with his deputy or rangers. Every Western town has a saloon where the locals spend their time and money. A typical Western protagonist stumbles into a saloon, and as soon as he enters, all talking and music stops as everybody looks at the stranger, sometimes in fear, other times angry or ready to draw a revolver. Talking about guns, the protagonist has to participate in a duel at some point during a Western. This life or death scenario is shown from a camera close to the gun and the holster, and we see the two people shooting at each other while everybody else clears the street. When mentioning violence and robbing, one must not forget a third crime, kidnapping. Either kidnapping random strangers or people the protagonist loves or holds dear. A rescue mission then becomes a new target, on which the protagonist must face several other problems. Racism is another popular theme in Western, especially towards Afro-Americans and Indians.
Nigga, 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 nigger, 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 nigga, nigga, niggas, nigger, nigga, 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 nigga.
Indians who attack setters or individuals are also a frequent theme in the Western genre. The theme of so-called savages appears throughout the genre, but not solely Indians are meant by this. The troglodytes in Bone Tomahawk, for example, or the vampires in From Dusk Till Dawn also fall under this category. In many Westerns, a bounty hunter is used as a morally grey character. Even though they are lawmen, they take the phrase dead or alive very much by heart and often kill the target. A very popular trope is the construction of the railroad and the thus following disputes over territory with the respected Indian tribe. The outfit of a character is also important when looking at Westerns. It represents how we perceive a character. The hero is often dressed in brighter colors or wears a white hat, whereas the villain is dressed in black. However, not every character is good or bad. There is a line which many characters in Westerns cross depending on the situation. These characters either alter between dark and light clothes or wear a light brown. Furthermore, at certain times we see an outfit so out of place that the character stands out, like Martin McFly when he travels back to 1885 or Django when he chose his own clothes for the first time. This trope is often played for comic relief and otherwise serious scenes, for example when Django rides across the slave plantation or kills the Brittle brothers. Because of the railroad construction taking place in many Westerns, there is an almost guaranteed scene where a character chases the train on a horse. It is either to stop the train or to stop someone else from stopping it. In Westerns, which take place in more recent years, the revolver is generally changed to a normal pistol and the horse to a pickup truck. However, do not let this fool you. Common Western tropes are still quite evident. For example, the sheriff in No Country for Old Men is still on a mission to find Lou Allen and is even seen horseback riding with his deputy to the massacre out in the desert. These tropes illustrate that the Western is still an evolving genre, even though certain aspects of it are stereotypical and can therefore be predicted. However, I argue that this does not disrupt the joy of watching a Western.